Gonna take a little hit from my base.
How's it going, guys? Hold on, let me pull up the stream. Oh,
Of course.
damn. That's too bad. They're missing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I literally have my ass on, like, in my webcam right now. Literally showing
Yeah.
my fucking brown eye to Caleb right now.
It's our daily or whatever,
Yeah.
weekly fucking ritual for the show.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, Caleb's like, show me your ball, bro, for good luck.
Yeah.
And I was like, why? He's just do it, man.
It just gets me like, it makes me feel like I have something to look forward to, you know, after. Something to come home to.
You see, now people can see us. I just zipped up my pants here.
Hell yeah. What's up, guys? It's Dougly, Pilot. We're having a chill stream today. What is going on? Well, true. When you got two chill guys like us, you know, two young men like us, of course, men like us.
Supple.
Yeah, supple.
Vibrant.
We're ripe to be picked.
I mean, we're in the prime of our youth.
Yeah, we're sexual flowers that need to be, you know, taken care of, so to speak.
Just animals. You know what's funny? Like, some like Republicans. I feel like I see this a lot. Like when Republicans, you know, people that are like all right, is like they think like man is a like unhinged beast that is just like a force of sexual nature, and like that's how they like say rape. You know, rape. What's rape? You know?
Yeah.
We're animals. Exactly. We can't control it, you know?
Exactly. And meanwhile, his name is Melvin, and he works at fucking accounting at an insurance firm. Yeah. Damn, bro. My body may be soft, but my warrior spirit is hard.
Yeah, they're literally fucking cavemen, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah. Caveman energy.
But you know, I'm just letting
letting the people pour in.
Come in, you know, make sure they don't miss it, you know. I just learned that finest this shit.
Yeah, we gotta let our loyal fans get in here. We're a little late this week. A lot going on. We got big news though, and that's why it's always worth tuning into the Left and the South podcast. Sorry, I'm reading trending Twitter before we start.
I'm reading it as well.
This is how professional podcasters make podcasts. They don't actually do any work. They just look at Twitter.
Nah, dude, they have like a third person. Like if we had this
right?
actually done, we have our own Jamie.
Where's our Jamie? We need our own Jamie.
Like they'll have their fucking mic muted. They're fucking DJing the fucking audio. They're fucking making the master cuts, uploading the clips as the podcast is going on. Like
yeah, Jamie on the motherfucking ones and twos. That guy does not get enough, you know, recognition, whatever.
That doesn't get paid though, man. How much do you think of that?
How much? Yeah. I don't know. I was gonna ask.
Nothing?
It has to be more than that. I mean, because Joe Rogan, what's he worth? The most popular podcast in the world. What's that worth? At least 10 million, right?
I mean, like, he has so much sway. You know how I feel. Like
who, Joe or the other guy?
Something happens on the Joe Rogan podcast, bro, and you hear it from everybody.
Oh, sway. I thought you said sweat. I thought you said sweat, and I was like, I mean, I guess he works hard, but yeah, I mean, I guess, but Jamie, like, I don't know if people actually care what Jamie has to say. He just does the work in the background.
Part is when Jamie's like, I'm gonna have to fact check you on that one.
Joe, you're making a dumb point right now.
Double pilot mic, bro. Whoa.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh no, I have audio off.
Thought we caught that one. Whoa. Yahoo!
That always happens. How the fuck does that happen? The voice mod. That's right.
No, it's not the voice mod. I literally have it like set to listen to my microphone, so I know how loud I'm speaking. And you know, if someone's in my background, I'll be able to hear them too. Yeah.
Makes sense.
I got you know, these are noise canceling, bro. Like someone could just sneak up to me and fucking, you know, put a fucking knife straight into my fucking forehead, man.
What? I mean, I guess, but what, are you just not gonna notice? Like someone coming in your fucking room?
I mean, like, Bro,
Wow.
I've been snuck up behind like a lot of time. Like that's my door right there. People get you like fucking tiptoed right behind me and like just press the imposter kill button.
Yeah. Do you have any like
Yeah.
latent fucking? Do you have any nervousness that comes from like I don't know, just sitting in your room? Sometimes I'll just be sitting here and I'll hear
I'll
like
be like,
someone
oh.
open the door, even though I know it's Lily.
Yeah.
I'm like I'm like a gazelle. I'm like on the
Yeah,
edge
bro.
of the fucking drinking hole. I'm ready to spring into
Yeah.
action at any moment. You know what I mean?
No, you're definitely fucking right though. Like,
Yeah.
like some of my worst nightmares, or some of the nightmares I just remember fondly, is just like fucking someone. I'm like waking up, and then I like double wake up, of course, in my bed, and I'm like, wait,
Yeah.
am I still dreaming? And then like something fucking
Really?
scary happens. You did. I'm so like I know you don't dream a lot, but I
Yeah.
dream like almost every time I go to sleep, and
That
yeah.
that 2-stage dream thing you're talking about,
Mm,
that used to happen to me too when I was a kid. Like that's weird. I
mm.
remember that very specific experience. Like when you're waking up and you're like, "Oh shit, am I still asleep?" That hasn't happened to me probably in a decade. I wonder why that happens to children, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that happens to me. I feel
Yeah.
like I'm not a child, but you know,
Oh, it
that's
still
like
happens to you?
yeah, like fucking
Damn.
like especially if it's a scary dream. Like I'll just go like through the layers of the fucking dream, bro.
Wow,
Like
that's so
I'll
fucking
be in the
annoying.
dream, and then I'll wake up and like, wait, am I awake? And then I'm actually still sleeping. Like I remember one time, like I woke up from the dream, but I was like, wait, am I awake or not? And fucking like I see something in the corner of my room and I fucking run at it because I'm like I'm dreaming, bro. Fuck this shit. And fucking
And
I
you
would
weren't
cry.
dreaming.
Dude, something crazy happened like a couple of weeks ago that I forgot to tell you. I remember one day I was like really fucking tired, but like I woke up, but I had like sleep paralysis or something like that. But I swear to God to you, like I don't know if I was sleeping or not. Like I heard I heard my sister like in my room, and it felt like my dog was like licking my face, and like my sister was trying to
Yeah.
wake up, but in my head I'm like, I'm like sleep paralyzed right now. There's nothing I can do right now.
Damn,
But
bro. Yeah.
then like when I woke up and like opened my eyes, no one was there.
Whoa.
Right? But like
Maybe it was sleep
I
paralysis.
swear to God though, like someone was licking my face. Like I heard my sister like calling my name, but like I
Your
swear to
sister
God,
was
bro.
licking your face, and then when she noticed you start to wake up, she ran away.
Yeah.
And you're just like,
Jesus.
whoa, what? Who's
What
that? Why is
happened?
no one here? Why is my
Yeah.
face wet? Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what
What are
the
you doing,
fuck?
David?
Yeah, I don't know. I must have been
Step
like
bro.
dreaming or something.
Yeah.
It's weird.
That would be a good prank to play, though. Just lick someone's face and be like, David, it's time to
I know,
wake up
but I would
now. And then just run away.
make their escape, dude. Like,
Yeah. You think you would notice if someone like licked you while you were asleep? I definitely wouldn't.
bro,
I
I
would just
mean,
like keep sleeping. I'd probably
you
like
ever
it though.
wake up and just like random scratches like on your arms and shit, bro?
Yeah, but that's probably you doing that. It's not some random person coming
No,
and
bro.
scratching you.
Someone stabbing me in my sleep.
Isn't it wild that like people will just hurt themselves in their sleep? Like you'll just wake up bleeding. And you're like, "Oh, I just clawed my fucking arm." God, why are we
Dangerous.
here on
I
this
think that's
world just to
sleepwalking.
suffer? Yeah?
Yeah.
How could you even know that unless someone told you, you know?
Because I mean, like sometimes my mom said like she'd see me wake up and like I have my like my legs like crossed. You know what I mean? Like I'm a like where you put your foot
You're
on
like
your knee
sitting up. You're like
when you like
you're
put your
like
foot on your knee
in
and
the
shit.
yeah.
And like I remember one day like I woke up in another bed. Like I remember going to sleep in my bed, but then I woke up in like the guest bed. I guess like I was feeling uncomfortable. I was like, bro, fucking change me out
Really?
the bed.
Damn.
Fuck it.
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool though.
And like sometimes I'll wake up
Sleepwalking.
and I remember like going to sleep with like my hoodie on, and I'll wake up and I don't have a hoodie on.
That happens to me all the
It's
time.
like wait,
I
I don't
usually
remember taking that
remember. I
off.
usually remember it, but like, cause I always forget
Mm.
to fucking take my clothes off, and then I'll just wake up with no clothes because I'm just taking them off throughout the night.
Yeah, it's kind of smart though. He's like body overheating. He's like take
Yeah,
the shit off.
that's so fucking funny, dude.
I'm ready to start. If you're ready to start, I feel like
Yeah, I'm ready
people
to
they're
start.
waiting
Let's
for
get
the
this shit
news, man.
started.
Fuck,
We're
bro.
all just different. We're all just different apes on this
all
spinning green marble.
we all built different.
Yeah, we're all different and yet the same
Built differently.
when you really just think about it.
We also got the NASA launch that we're gonna look at here soon.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
isn't that starting in like low key 1 minute?
I don't know.
Hold on, you should pull that up. It's about to be live.
Pull
If we
that
want to
up,
watch this
Jamie.
live, go to Twitter and I don't know, check trending. They're there right now. Let's
I don't
see.
know how to
T minus.
show
Yeah.
videos.
Pull it up. Pull it up. 2 minutes. T minus
Shit.
1 minute 48 seconds.
Oh my god. I don't know how to pull this up on the stream.
Jamie, pull this shit up.
Is it dark? Did the feed just cut?
I can see it.
Hold up.
All right, guys. I'll entertain you while David's figuring this out. We got smoke coming off this fucking thing here. About a minute and 20 seconds till we launch. Do you know the details about this mission? Crew 1 mission. SpaceX Crew 1 mission.
Do you? What are they doing?
It will be the first crewed operational flight of a Crew Dragon spacecraft. It will be the first night launch since STS-130. Planned for 9:20, which was 6. Or wait, no, it's 7:20 right now. Must be a different time zone.
We'll pull that. We'll make that bigger for everybody.
Oh, universal time. I don't know.
No. Is this live right now?
Yeah, this is live. 45 seconds
Wait, is it
until they
about to
take
happen?
off. Yeah, 40 seconds. They're about to launch, bro.
Shit. I don't know where like to.
I just want to see if it explodes. You know, this could be history in the making. You never know. If
That'd
it
be pretty cool.
apparently, I'm getting here from my tech crew.
Yeah.
The spacecraft is called Resilience.
It has.
I don't have no.
It has 3 men and 1 woman.
T-minus 15 seconds.
There's no.
Oh my god, it's about to
They're
happen.
counting down.
Configured for flight. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
There we go. It's lifting off.
Oh my god, it's lifting off.
Holy shit, the cameras are getting blown the fuck out right now.
Where is this, Dallas?
Roger, 1 Alpha.
Probably.
Resilience.
Vehicles pitching downrange.
Okay.
It blew
It's
up.
rising for the I guess we probably won't put this in the
M1E
podcast, but
propulsion is.
Yeah,
it's
Yeah.
rising
Yeah.
fucking over the clouds. Not exploding yet. That's good.
It just looks like straight.
It's always
line of
good.
flame.
Dude, I hate watching these. It's so tense. 600 miles per hour after 30 seconds.
It's cool though.
Normal shit.
and telemetry nominal.
When your girl says her parents aren't home, but she live on the
Stage
moon.
1, Delta.
On my way. Shit.
1,000 miles per hour, kilometers. I mean,
Science
Still
is
though,
pretty
that's fucking fast.
badass.
250.
Falcon 9 is supersonic.
It's supersonic.
I mean,
Wait, what happened to it? Where'd it go?
wait, what? I don't see.
Max Q.
Oh, they're just off camera. What the fuck?
Is someone like
Stage
recording
1,
this on
throttle
an
up.
iPhone? What's going on?
There's actually another spaceship just taking off on like right next to it,
Recording it.
tracking it with a camera. Yeah, that's fucking funny, man. There you go. So I guess it just flies off into the distance now. I don't know what the I don't know
Bro,
what the
it's about
purpose
to
of this
blow up,
mission
bro.
is,
Just wait.
but it looks like it's
Wait,
working.
It's going to the ISS.
Yeah, apparently
Hmm.
it's going to the ISS or
Invac
something.
engine shell started.
Yeah, I think like
What?
hold on. Sorry, I
Spit it
fucked
out.
up and clicked off of this page I was reading. Oh, it's this one. Oh no, it's not this one. Anyway, okay, I lost the page. But I was just gonna say, like, in terms of coronavirus, how fucking hermetically sealed do you think they're keeping these astronauts in the 2 weeks? Imagine if you send like 2 astronauts up there and they're
Yeah.
both infected with corona,
And they
or
kill
even just one of them.
everybody.
Yeah, and it's just like a bioterrorism event on the ISS.
Stage 1, throttle down.
That'd be such a fuck up. I
Wow.
hope they're at least like not doing that.
Dude, I'm sure they already got the cure up there.
Yeah. What do
Everyone
you think
still
they
is
would
pretty
do if
tense.
someone died on the ISS? Like, what do you even do? Do you just launch their body into space like
I
Among
think
Us
you,
style?
Like turn their body into like nutrients for your plants or some shit.
Yeah, because like
Yeah,
they
we
they
got
never
that
waste
shit.
anything, right?
Yeah.
On the ISS,
Yeah,
they
like,
recycle their piss.
Yeah, to drink.
Swap,
Yeah.
acquisition of
Exactly.
Shit.
If you die, your body just gets minced, and
Invalid
like the
ignition.
crew eats it for lunch one day.
Whoa, I think that's falling. It's parachuting down.
Different parts of this is really cool, actually. Though, I mean, imagine like I don't know. This is really fucking
mean,
cool.
like,
Imagine
it's
being a
fucking
flat
science,
earther, bro.
man.
Damn. I know.
Yeah,
It's
bro.
just cool how they
It's
have like
advancement
footage.
in, like, you know, of the human race, bro.
Stage 1
Science.
preparing for its return to Earth. Damn, look how hot that thing is right there.
Right? It's probably at least 3
What am I-
degrees. I'd wager.
How much?
At least 3. I'd wager.
At least 3 degrees?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that assessment.
They'll return and
Do you think that shit
They'll
gets
return
like
in spring 2021, apparently.
It'll
I don't know
take
what they're
that
doing
long?
up there, but yeah, dude, people stay up there for a long time. You know that guy, Kelly, I think his name is? He stayed up there for like over a year.
Dragon, SpaceX.
Dude, imagine not
nominal.
walking for a year.
Wait, oh
Just
my
like
god, don't we
your-
have like
Liquid
did we
your
talk
legs
about,
just don't.
like, I think one of the top is one of the topics like the fucking Elon Musk wants to do space law, Martian law, or we did that last episode?
Oh yeah, no, we should put that. Hold on, I'm writing that. I'll put that next to the other Musk news.
And
Hold
other
on.
Musk news. Oh my
Yeah.
god, I just realized I was swapping between the pages and everyone was looking at that.
Okay. Okay, I think we can officially start now.
We're done with
Do
this
the
shit.
intro, brother.
We are
do the
done with
roar.
This shit. You're gonna hear me roar?
I got the Trello. Yeah, I'll keep the fucking SpaceX thing. I'll keep it up, and if anything interesting happens, I'll let you know.
Yes.
If it blows up, we'll pull up the clip on stream.
Bog jump.
Use other people's suffering for our internet exposure.
Exposure, yes. But
Yeah.
anyway, welcome to Left and Soft Podcast, episode 39. Caleb,
Hello.
we just saw the fucking SpaceX launch. You know, another successful launch on God's
Yeah.
green flat Earth.
Yes, exactly. Good to see our astronauts, our brave
Right?
men and women up there getting shot into space.
Yeah, for real.
A very
We're up-
barbaric practice, by the way.
Right.
Men were meant to stay on the ground.
Right? Straight, you know, the
And that's
only
just
way
my
to go to
opinion.
heaven should be through death. Caleb.
Exactly. Through forgiveness for your sins.
Yeah,
That should be the
bro.
only way to enter the heavens. I agree, David.
Yes.
Thank you.
Before we start, Caleb, of course, I want to ask you. Well, before we really start, I want to thank our patrons, Caleb.
Of course.
Who are those fine people?
Oh, geez. I don't know. I don't have the
Last
list up.
episode, it's on the last one.
Oh, shit. You're right.
Mhm. Who are these
Um,
fine people?
These fine people
These
are.
patriots.
Thank you so much for your support. We got Kylie, James, Hayden, and Grunt980.
Yes,
Oh, wait. Hold on. Yeah. I think that's it. I think that's the list, right?
that's the list.
Thank you so much for your support. We appreciate it every month. And yeah, if anyone else in here is interested in supporting our podcast, you can look us up on patreon.com/Left in the South Podcast. The show will always be free, but we appreciate your support. And thank you so much for the ones who continue to support us every
Yes.
month. So
Love, only love, big love.
yes, only love.
And of course, Caleb, I wanna ask
Baby.
you know, how's your week been, man? We people might think that you know, me and Caleb talk all the time, but no, we like I only see Caleb like probably once a month, actually.
Yeah, with the men behind the voices. We're complex individuals. We're not just podcasters, okay? Like, we're not just objects for your fucking pleasure to listen to on the internet. I have a life. I have things I do. I go to school. I have a family,
We're
okay?
busy.
I got
Have
I
a
got
job.
several kids. I have 3 kids. I don't know if you guys knew this, but I have 3
Yeah.
young kids.
3
They're
young
named
kids.
Shelly, Kelly, and Deli.
God
Fuck.
bless them.
Deli. Shit, that would be
And
such a terrible name
Everyone
for a
knows,
kid.
You know, I have 4 jobs. I work 7 days a week. I'm
Yeah.
actually on my lunch break right now to record this podcast. So
Yeah.
we're fucking
Between
we're
my
busy.
George Soros paychecks
Yeah.
and my fucking my McDonald's shifts, that's almost enough to afford my avocado toast bill every month.
That's it's
So,
almost enough
I'm
to,
moving
to
up in life.
afford this podcast to even upload it. You know,
Yeah, but
I
I don't know,
actually
man.
upload the videos through McDonald's.
Yeah, we use their Wi-Fi. It's called socialism. We're
Mm.
socialists. We share.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, my weekend's been good.
Mm.
Lots of stress, but you know, life is life. We deal with it. We move on. Lots of election shit
happens.
going on.
Yeah.
We talked a lot about it last
We
week,
finally got a
but
winner.
yeah, exactly. It's good to see. Well, I mean, I don't care,
Mm.
but I'm so happy that this shit is over, David. Can I get
Yeah.
a fucking retweet on that?
Yes, I fucking
Like-
agree. You know, like, you know, you don't have to worry about the active fascist takeover, and
Yeah.
finally you can settle with your comfortable neoliberal liberalism. You know,
Right.
Nice,
Yeah. I no
cozy,
longer
back to basics, baby.
I no
Yeah.
I no longer have to worry about losing my access to fundamental human rights, but I
Mhm.
definitely don't have to worry about gaining them either. So,
Yes.
I mean, it's a good place to be in. You know, we're just chilling, we're
Mhm.
just cruising. You know, nothing will fundamentally change.
I can't wait
but
to shit
we'll see.
on Joe Biden though. That's gonna
Me
be
neither. These next 4
constantly.
years are gonna be juicy.
Yeah, you're
man.
about to hear a lot of, you know,
Juicy.
Sleepy Joe's, fucking Joe Biden's fucking dummy dum dum.
Yeah.
You
Want to
know,
hear my prediction for it too? I bet in the first year and stuff, like
Mhm.
all of our clips that are bashing Biden
Mhm.
are gonna get like a
they're gonna
million
get
thumbs
fucking
downs, downvotes,
50
everything.
50K fucking
Yeah.
downvotes. People be like, "What are you? What are you, a fucking Nazi?"
Yeah.
In our-
Yeah, what are
in
you, a
our-
fucking
in our
Trumpster? Are you
comments.
just
Yeah.
sad that Trump lost? You know he
Oh,
lost, right? And
Trump
we'll just be
baby
like
boy.
fuming.
Yeah.
Yeah. But and then by year 4 though, when like nothing has changed and people are just still dying from corona in
Yeah.
2024, then finally people will see how right we were. You know what I mean?
Finally, they'll be like,
We'll
"It's
be
her
redeemed.
time. Kamala
Yeah.
Harris."
And that's when our
Fuck.
clips finally blow up and like, you know, we got a million trillion.
they
We got
were
more
right.
viewers than Joe Rogan.
Joe
Yeah,
Rogan
exactly.
be begging. He's like, "Please allow me on the left and the please."
Yeah, Spotify already dropped Rogan
Yeah.
because he had like a problematic trans
He
comment
brought out,
on one of his
Alex
podcasts.
Jones
Yeah.
for the last
Yeah, he
time.
invites Alex Jones and he just like does a blood sacrifice on the podcast. And
Yeah.
Spotify's like, and Spotify's actually okay with that.
Yeah.
But then they do like a sponsored like child porn event, and then they're like, all right,
Mm,
fine, okay, we gotta take him down.
Yeah. Too much. A little
Actually,
too
no,
much.
Rogan would never do child porn. He's one of those like libertarian guys where he's the only thing in the world that he's disgusted by is the idea that you can't smoke weed and also fucking children. Like those are my favorite kind of guys where like they only have 2 moral issues and it's always pedophilia and drugs.
Yeah.
And like drugs in
that's
the sense that they should be legal
Yeah.
immediately.
I mean, they're pretty good. You know, they're not bad. You know, fucking gotta be able to have access to these drugs.
Yeah.
Drugs had a big W, this election. Big fat.
That's
old
actually
big
true,
fat
yeah.
dub. I actually received more votes than both parties. You know,
Is that true?
I'm pretty sure, dude.
Well, across the nation,
Across the
maybe.
nation, bro. That shit is
Who
crazy.
knows?
Virginia.
But yeah, I thought that was interesting,
Yeah.
David, for you to bring that up, like because in some states, like the Republicans won, or you know, like they won whatever races in their state, but then they also voted for to like you know legalize marijuana, which is an interesting like dichotomy, I guess. You wouldn't expect that, but
Yeah.
people love drugs. Everyone loves
Florida
drugs.
as
The
well.
idea that it's like a liberal thing is total bullshit. I mean, Republicans do drugs. I mean,
All the time.
yeah, like I mean,
Cocaine.
it makes sense because rich people can afford drugs. It
Mhm.
makes sense that rich people do more drugs, right? So I mean,
Drugs. They love them. They love that shit.
I fucking love drugs. Yeah,
Who doesn't?
I'll never stop doing drugs.
Doing drugs right now.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I'm doing drugs too. It's called having a successful podcast, and the feeling that gives you is just like cocaine. By the way,
So,
you guys should try it out.
just
Actually,
a
don't try it
different-
out because we don't need the competition.
Just a different nose type of hit, you know. So,
Yeah,
but
they
yeah,
say when you die, it's the same feeling as having a podcast with your friend.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it releases
that's what I had to
chemicals in
say.
your
Yeah,
brain.
it's the euphoria. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny though because in Florida as well, you know, it went red, but a majority of people wanted the $15 minimum wage, and that went through.
Yeah.
With little
Crazy.
resistance. But it's like $15, but next year it'll be $10, and then it'll go
Right.
$1 for the next 5 years.
Let's talk about this actually. I think this is a really good like this is such a good because we're gonna talk a little bit about Joe's agenda today. We're not gonna talk like for hours about it, but we're gonna discuss it for a few minutes. I think this is a great way to kind of ease into it. Like
Yeah.
this $15 an hour minimum wage thing. It's a great example of kind of what you're going to have to get used to over the next 4 years. Milk toast, bullshit that never goes far enough. It takes too long. And by the time it ever happens, all the people who it benefits are already either dead or destitute. Yep. It's an example of neoliberalism, and I think it's worth pointing out. Like this idea that the $15 minimum wage thing. A lot of people would think, oh, you know, workers have not been getting paid enough for generations. It's about time that we increase the minimum wage. And, you know, $15 is not enough, but it's a quick, efficient solution that everyone supports pretty much. Even the Republicans support $15 minimum wage statistically. So let's go ahead and pass it. Yeah. But then you look at the legislation and it's actually, oh, next year, the minimum wage is going to raise by $1, and then the year after that an additional $1. So it'll take, like, let's see, if the federal minimum wage is $7.25, which is the minimum wage in my state too. I don't know about Florida, but let's use my state as an example. Like we still get paid $7.25 an hour minimum wage here.
Less than over in Florida. I think it's like $8.32.
Yeah, exactly. So like, you know, let's see, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we're talking 7 years of waiting. By the time the fucking minimum wage reaches that, by the way, we're talking about like 14% inflation minimum, but actually more though, because coronavirus is happening right now and inflation is going to be higher. So like it's worth even less. Already people aren't making as much money as they were. And this is just going to make them make like a little bit more, but still less than what people were making in like the 40s. If you look at like the value of money.
And it's really funny because like positions like, let's say you become like a crew member and at McDonald's you become a manager, you're only making like $2 more.
Right, yeah.
So like, you know, there's going to be people who are like, what the fuck, man? I was, you know, it took me 5 years to make what I'm making right now.
Yeah.
At McDonald's, you know?
Oh my God, do you think they're going to like, you know, because they'll have the $15 an hour Andes like working the grill or whatever. And then they'll have the managers. Do you think they're really just gonna do them dirty and be like, "Oh, you get $15.25 an hour"? Like nothing.
No way. Like they're gonna be like, "We'll give you 17." You know, like 17,
right? Yeah.
You know, 17.
Because 17 is actually like not a bad. Like, I mean, it's still bad. Obviously, everyone deserves more than that. But in like, this world, you know, that's not that bad.
Yeah, for like not even a high school degree, a diploma.
Right. Yeah.
You can get a McDonald's job.
Yeah, I'd be happy with 17 out of college, probably.
Pretty fucking pug you.
Which is so sad. But yeah. But it's interesting to see that dual brain split. I know we've talked about that, you know. It's a common theme because we often are just baffled by how people can fall for shit and like, you know, buy into things, but it's hard to be surprised at this point. You know, we see it pretty much every week, so.
But Caleb, Fox News, even Fox News has become too lib for these Trump supporters. I don't know if you've heard, but you know they're fucking. Hold on, I'm gonna stop the recording real quick. I don't know if you heard, but in fucking Fox News, too liberal for the Trump supporters. You know, You know, as all the media outlets were calling the election for Joe Biden, when Fox News came through, that's when the Trump supporters. That was the final straw that fucking broke the camel's back, Caleb. They were like, no, Fox News. Oh, fuck Fox News. They hated that shit. Because, like, right now what's going on is, like, Trump supporters saying, the media can't call the election.
Yeah, no, that's so funny to me. In the past, like, fucking 20 years that they've been voting for Republicans, they've never had a problem with that until now. But, like, I think that you're making a fucking great point. It's so funny to me. And, like, I don't know. Fuck. I was gonna say something, but I forgot. Keep going.
It's crazy because, you know, Fox, you know, it was literally made to fucking promote like Republican fucking agitprop.
Yeah.
It was.
I remember now. Did you see the clip of the fucking host that didn't realize she was hot micing? They're talking to their fucking hog followers that are just like foaming at the mouth. This was the day after the election that this happened, I think. And they bring the first day that we pretty much knew that Joe won, and even Fox News called them. And like what you're saying, like a lot of right wing people are like mad at Fox because they're conceding and like allowing Trump to lose or whatever. On the first day when we knew Biden won, this hog of a woman came on Fox News and was like, I don't trust the liberal media. And the Fox News lady was like, What? But we called it. We called the race. We're not the liberal media. And like they don't, even the hosts of Fox News don't realize that like these hogs will literally just turn on them in an instant. It's not about
Yeah,
that.
for
It's about
real,
the
bro.
cult of personality. It's about the fucking, I don't know. I mean, like they wouldn't call it fascism, but it's about the ideals that are associated with it. You know, it's not about you. They'll drop your ass. Like, don't get invested in this shit, or you're gonna be sad. Like a
think-
lot of them,
Yeah,
they drink their own Kool-Aid, bro.
Yeah.
They're totally convinced.
They're fucking locked in. They're like, why can't I get any girlfriends?
Yeah.
They feel
Why
like
can't
no
I get to
support.
the pussy?
For real. But no, yeah, it's funny, dude. I can't wait. One of my favorite things to do in 2021 will be fucking dunking on Trump's new media outlet he's gonna fucking come out with.
Oh my
It's
god.
Like he's
Oh my
prepping
god.
for it, bro. He's been setting
Yeah.
it up, man. Like, you know, the fake news. You know, that's his.
That's-
that's his headline, bro. That's his.
That's
tagline.
so
He's
genius.
literally
Oh
gonna
my
make
god.
a media outlet so people
This
can
is-
finally get some actual goddamn real news.
This has
You know,
been
no
his
more
5-year
fake-
plan the whole time,
Yeah,
dude. Fucking
to make a
Chairman
news
Trump.
right?
He's been planning this from the beginning.
He's
He literally
he's gonna have fucking Tucker Carlson. He's gonna get
Yeah.
fucking, you know,
that writer who
Ben
got fired for being
Shapiro.
too racist on Tucker.
He's gonna get fucking
That
Steven
guy's gonna be there.
Crowder. Like, he's gonna get all
Oh my
these,
God.
these fucking alt-right gigabrains and like have them on the real news media. Fucking that Trump's
Crowder.
doing.
He hires Crowder on a show called Even Louder with Crowder.
Yeah.
And then it's just him saying the N-word. And that's
And it's
it. People
literally gonna
pretend to
be
laugh at his
a
stand-up.
fucking alt-right fascist fucking agitprop machine, bro. 24/7. Imagine it.
Yeah.
Crazy. I can't wait to talk on that shit though.
I would like to but I would like to say I don't have faith in that project. I really think that like even Trump, I think that he's overestimating like how much people will care about him. I think that like Republicans are just fucking hogs. Like as soon as you're not useful to them, they'll just drop you. Like as soon as Trump is not useful to their way of life and their fucking agenda pushing that shit, then they'll drop him like anyone else. I think Trump is in for a rude awakening as soon as it comes out, or like as soon as he loses the influence of being the fucking president of the United States. I think that he's gonna lose a lot of his popularity too, and that's probably gonna hurt his ego a lot.
No, like I feel like these Trump supporters, they've like gone, especially with the QAnon shit, they've gone past like Trump's a Republican. They just like Trump more than anything, really.
Do you think that's like a
beyond
stronger force than like the years of political identity politics that they've been doing?
Yeah, they're like, fucking
You think that's
finally
stronger?
someone who's just racist on Pog Shampoo. You know, they love that.
Maybe
shit.
you're right. Who knows? I guess we'll see in the years to come, man.
I mean, like as soon as Donald Trump got elected, you know, these guys had, you know, they took the mask off and they had a fucking parade. Remember the tiki torches? Those fucking white nationalists. They were like, "Fuck it, bro, mask off."
Yeah,
our boy got
those
elected.
those people still like are just walking around
right?
among us. Yeah, they're still just living.
Crazy.
You know, not. Never mind. Anyway, we can move on.
Yeah.
I don't want to get fucking banned, dude.
Yeah,
I feel like now that we're in the liberal,
we're on Twitch
we're in the
and
liberal
YouTube,
world
so
now.
we gotta be fucking careful.
Yeah.
Being on these fucking platforms. You know. Thank
Yeah,
God,
I was making
a Twitch for how long? You know.
Yeah. I was making a fucking tweet the other day, and I was like halfway through tweeting, and I was just like, what am I doing? Like, I'm just gonna get fucking banned from this dumbass site. Why am I even writing this comment right now? Like, I'm not gonna gain anything. This dumbass isn't gonna learn anything. Why am I writing this? And I just deleted it.
I
not
want
worth
to show
it.
this clip to move on here.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
So there was an interview with Mike Pompeo, and you know, this was a couple days back, so it's kind of a little older news. But you know, I thought I'd like to share what was said during this clip here. Fucking, let's just make this shit big. Fuck it. On the fly shit. Okay. Spoiling what's going on here. Where is it? Okay, here it is. Boom. Okay, this is 16 minutes. I think they said it pretty early though.
Week or so ago, and then I'll be heading out again on Friday of this week.
So we got
to Turkey, to Georgia,
this Mike
Israel,
Pompeo?
Qatar, the UAE.
I actually
and
don't
to
know what he
Saudi
looks like.
Arabia.
Yeah, this is him.
The conversations will differ of enormous success. Our efforts are gaining
I didn't
momentum.
realize this was a 60-minute video.
We're building. are the largest human rights events ever. 23 Keith results when it comes to protect budget experience will be placed into the UN system.
I just gotta find the fucking clip itself.
Oh, is there a specific thing you said?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Well, while David's looking for that, I'll just fucking riff, man.
Just riff, man.
Pompeo looks like a fucking... He looks like the kind of guy that
That would
has
be
the
a-
job that he has. I just gotta
Okay, I
say.
think this is it.
Smooth transition to a second Trump administration.
Okay, he literally. Okay, there he goes.
Is the State Department currently preparing to engage with the Biden transition team? And if not, at what point does a delay hamper a smooth transition or pose a risk to national security?
Smooth transition to a
That would
second
be
Trump
a
administration.
smooth transition to a second Trump administration. All right, we're ready.
And that's like the whole clip. Really, I want to show that part. But essentially, you know what Mike Pompeo is saying here. Don't know if he was like trying to joke or not. But like,
No, it's not a
very,
joke.
very weird thing to say. Like looking at the votes here.
Yeah.
You know, Biden clearly won. You know. And,
Right.
And
It's not a joke though. Like David, you're saying, oh, is it a joke? It's not, dude. These people actually have, even the most famous people like Mike Pompeo, they have drank the Kool-Aid. They are imbibing the liquid. They're, you know, quenching their thirst. And I really do believe that even the big ones like him and like Alex Jones, I think that they really do believe it. You know, Alex Jones uses that defense in court like, oh, it's just a character. I don't believe that shit. I think that really is what he's like. And I think a lot of them are really like that.
Yeah, I know that. They're
Liberal.
probably just really fucked up in the head.
Yeah.
Like, they probably, like, you know, those conspiracy theory genes are probably just deep within them, you know?
Yeah. I hate when people, like, I know this sounds like I'm calling you out, but I promise I'm not. I hate when people say, like, conspiracy theories are getting so popular right now. I'm like, not really. Conspiracy theories are always popular. It's just people, even more now, are just getting fucked, and they're looking for, like, they're like, wait a minute.
Especially when
Like,
there's, something going
my
on.
whole life is getting fucked up. It must be,
Why?
like, some guy is fucking children in a pizza shop or something. You know, like, it has to be
because
something.
the earth is flat.
Exactly, like I'm the main character to my story, and there must be like some adversarial force that's going against me. Like it can never be just like me getting fucked by the system, you know. It has to be some big
Couldn't
deal.
be. It's those
Yeah.
goddamn pedophiles in the government.
I want to do a video about main character syndrome. Like I don't know if you know what I mean by that. Like I think most people know what I mean. Like even if I don't explain it, everyone knows someone who thinks that they're the fucking main character of their own show. You know, it's a very interesting phenomenon. I think it's very American, and I think it would be interesting to make a
'cause of the
video about.
American dream, baby.
Yeah.
But you know the Mike Pompeo coup, right? The Trump coup. You know, a couple, what was it, 5-8 days? Couple days out after the election finally happened.
Yeah.
And, you know, Biden won.
It's been 12 days actually.
It doesn't look like Trump, you know, has any coup up his sleeve, you know, that we've seen yet. But
No.
I think what's highly going to be likely is we're going to be seeing Mike Pence give Trump boy a pardon, most likely.
How would he even do that though?
Trump would step down, of course. And
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you think that interesting. So let's see, what does that strategy give them? Because like Trump can't pardon himself, right? I think that's generally an accepted thing. Like a president can't pardon themselves. But also I think it's generally accepted too that usually the next president pardons the last one. So like, I mean, I guess if he stepped down, Pence could do it. That would be a guaranteed pardon. But what do you think about this, David? I actually think that Biden would pardon Trump. I really think he would.
I mean, the reason why presidents don't go after other past presidents for war crimes is because they worry that the next president will go after them because they set the president, the
Right.
president.
Exactly.
Or is that the right word? Yeah.
President, yeah. And it's a dangerous precedent to be set too. I mean, when you look at Biden's previous tenure in the White House, I mean, he would be in prison now. If a president were to suddenly set up that precedent, like even people like Joe Biden would be arrested, and rightfully so, in my opinion. But of course, in his opinion, he would like to be free. So yeah, David's 100% right, and I think that that's why I really don't think it matters which president wins. I think all this idea that Trump is going to prison is kind of a fever dream. I think the only way that he goes to prison is like if he commits additional crimes after the presidency, and they're like not financial crimes,
Yeah,
like real crimes.
And Trump
You know?
hasn't gone after Hillary Clinton, despite one of the famous things being lock her up,
Yeah.
right? He didn't
There's
go
no
after
reason
Hillary
to.
Clinton,
Because
he didn't go after Obama after Obama wiretapping his fucking like his hotels.
allegedly, which never happened, by the way. That was actually fake. But you're right though. And like if he truly believed that he did that, he would go all the way to convict him, right?
Yeah.
And David's making a good point. And I think like it displays that these rich people, more than any of us, they always display class solidarity because they understand the potential downfall of not doing it. It's one of the most disappointing things as a leftist is like watching the bourgeoisie like fight with each other rather than amongst each other when you can't even get your like friends to do that. It's very disappointing, but
yeah,
I think it helps a lot of people understand sort of like the team-based nature of like class politics.
Exactly, and I feel like that brings us up, and maybe Mike Pompeo saying, we're gonna move a smooth transition to another Trump administration, because bro, he's scared of getting fucking fired from Donald Trump. Donald Trump has been fucking firing people at the Pentagon.
Pompeo?
Yeah, he's firing people left and right, and replacing them with Trump loyalists.
Yeah.
And it's because he recently removed the senior defense and installed someone else. So does that worry you? Do you think why is he?
No.
It seems like he's trying to hinder like Biden's like presidency as much as he can. So because he says he wants to run again in 2024.
Yeah, I mean it does.
Killed GG'd. But anyway, welcome back, sir.
I think. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm back. Sorry. I do think that like a 2024 run is definitely a possibility, and someone like it's true that pardoning him is kind of a good way to make sure he can run again and like remove the kind of the heat off of him and let him run again. But like I just don't. He's just not going to be popular enough. Like when he's out of the when he's out of the lens, it depends. Like I can see this scenario playing out, dude. Like if the mainstream media for some reason just continues to cover Trump even after his presidency, and they continue to talk about his tweets, they continue to talk about, everything he does. I genuinely think like in 2024, we could see, assuming he lives that long, which is a big if,
Yeah,
we could potentially see a resurgence of him. Yeah. And I think it would be perfectly fitting for the US for him to be elected again after a Biden term, So I think it's what we deserve. Yeah. Do you think like people like Pompeo, I think they are fearful of being fired, but the thing is like, I think they shouldn't be. Like if they were wise, they wouldn't be. I mean, Trump's mood changes like the weather. He'll just fire your ass like any day. I think that's something that you kind of need to get used to if you're working for him.
I just think it's odd
having a thick skin,
these people in these positions, I'm assuming these people are already Trump loyalists, right? Why?
Yeah.
Like, what's the point of replacing a loyalist with like another loyalist? Yeah.
Well, I mean, when you first appoint someone and you're asking them to do like somewhat understandable things, like peddle the right wing agenda that you already believe in, etc. Like that's easy, but then when you're like losing and you're asking people to like violate federal law and like appoint you like king of the country, it's very much more difficult to get support, I think. And I think like as Trump's administration went on, a lot of the Republican grifters kind of got caught in the sticky trap, so to speak. Like they're just grifters. They're just out here to make money. They're not like so invested in this shit as everyone else is, they're just here to make money and like scam people.
Like some of them
right, yeah.
Like the amount of cope they needed after what happened election night.
Yeah.
They were like, I wish we lived in a monarchy.
Yeah.
They're like, this can't be fucking real. Like they're fucking taking
Which
their
is
MAGA
stupid.
hats, but their MAGA t-shirts and making a fucking noose, bro.
Yeah, which is stupid because if they're smart, they're gonna make more money than ever. Because now with Trump gone, like their fucking ideology is now like subsiding to the fucking shadows again for another 4 years, just like it does every fucking time a Republican
To
president wins.
hibernate, bro. They go in the
Yeah, exactly. Like they have to
hibernate
recharge. And like
Yeah.
during that time, that's the prime radicalization time to like get to these Facebook dads and shit. Like just to get on their feeds and get them looking at your
mode.
news
Another
and
cycle of news.
yeah, like the Caitlyn Bennett's of the world are gonna do really fucking well after Trump's presidency, in my opinion. But we'll see. I mean, I could be wrong about that. Maybe the liberal media has like won over. I mean, that is true to a certain extent. Like not leftist, but like liberal specifically media is very prevalent in this country, and most people are like they want to watch a liberal media because it makes them feel better about themselves and about the world or whatever. So we'll see.
Yeah. And with Trump, leaving the White House soon, apparently, and he's still, haven't cooperated with Biden's team to, get a transition into the White House. There's apparently a Republican senator saying that he would step down if Biden doesn't have access to intelligence briefings by Friday, which,
I think this was your original question, actually. I kind of forgot, but
which was 2 days ago.
Yeah. Do you
No,
think
that
that
because this is something new. We were talking about firing people and installing.
Oh, right.
But
Yeah.
saying Biden won't. If Biden doesn't have intelligence reports,
Do you think that matters? I don't think it fucking matters.
I mean, like if it's a senator, that's pretty good. We want, Democrats want a majority in the Senate.
Oh, I mean, I'm 100% down with a Republican stepping down. Fuck, man, hell yeah. But like, I think that the transition shit is kind of funny to me. I think too, like this. We were gonna talk about this later, but I think it flows better here. Like this whitewashing of history, this rehabilitation of previous presidents, I think is a great this is something to talk about right here. Because during this time where Trump has been saying about Biden, like, oh, I'm not gonna help you get ready to to become president. You're not gonna have access to any of my briefings or any of that. It's true that it's unprecedented, but only because our system of politics is so bullshit. Like as soon as Biden won, he tweeted saying, literally the night of the election, while he was appeared to be winning, he tweeted oh, it's time for the country to come together. Like whenever I win, I'm going to be president for Trump supporters, just like I'm going to be president for Biden and Harris voters. And I'm like, bro, that's the wrong fucking message to be sending on the night of your great victory against fascism, But that's the thing is, there's really no danger to people who believe in Trump's ideology when Biden's president. They're not going to be persecuted. The underlying message is going to be, we need to unite and come together. And then in 4 more years, when we have Tom Cotton as president, we're all going to be everyone's going to be asking each other, how did this happen? Why didn't we go the right way like we were supposed to? And then I'll be fucking pulling out my service pistol.
And I'll be literally fucking blaming the centrists, bro.
Yeah.
How could you let this happen?
Yeah, for real.
How could you allow it to happen? Stop recording here. The next thing I want to talk about, is Biden. What does a Biden presidency look like? Obviously, neoliberalism, because Biden's the most conservative Democrat there is. We might as well have 2 Republicans up on the fucking ballots here.
Yeah.
And also, who's gonna be on his cabinet, right? Bernie Sanders says that he's looking forward for that secretary job, labor secretary job.
I think that it would be wise for. Yeah. I mean, why not, right? Because I think that
I don't want to get my hopes up. I feel like it's not gonna happen.
I wouldn't get your hopes up even if it does happen, because I think that it's going to be difficult to make any progress. I think one thing we haven't mentioned too is that the Democrat, fuck me, I just started so bad. But anyway, the Democrats, they actually lost some ground in the House, unlike in the presidency, and including the Senate. I guess we don't technically know with the Senate yet, but it wasn't all roses and fucking peaches. They lost a lot in the House. They lost several seats. They did not lose the majority though, which is what matters. But now it's even easier to flip a couple centrist Dems to pass an anti-abortion fucking law or something. Probably not that, but
Yeah.
something else. So in terms of like Joe Biden electing people who actually do a lot of work, I wouldn't get your hopes up on any of that. I don't think he's going to be able to do much at all.
Yeah, I think
But
Joe Biden says like, yeah, America's gonna be pretty much the same.
right, but I think that like even if he wanted to make change, I don't think he's going to be able to. And I think a lot of people like a lot of people in government. Say again?
I think he's too pussy to do executive orders, like really good ones.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's going to be like, oh, I respect the process of government. Obama said the same thing about this. He's like, I respect the process of government. I think it's wrong for me to abuse the executive orders. And then like Trump gets into office and writes fucking 300 EOs.
Like, in the first month.
Yeah. Yeah. And people often pointed to Obama's amount of executive orders as like something to go against him, which is a fucking brain dead thing to do. I'll be
Yes. As Caleb goes to silence the dog for the last time. But yeah, we're gonna be seeing. We're gonna be talking about next is a lot of, what's gonna happen in Joe Biden presidency. What are we gonna be expecting the months to come here? Instead of worrying about fascism, now we got to worry about fucking the libs. At least for the next 4 years. Welcome back.
Sorry.
There you go.
Dog was screaming. Okay, so where were we? We were gonna bring up
Biden.
Joe Biden's platform here. So
What does Joe Biden look like?
I don't know. I think it's important to like mention that all of this is like subject to change. I think that an important point is like one I was trying to bring up, the idea that Biden probably isn't going to get to do much, even if his agenda is pretty tepid, like pretty room temperature shit. But I really still think that even that he's not going to be able to pass because like the Republicans are so emboldened right now. And I think this same thing happened under Obama, where even though Obama had a lot of popular support and control of all three branches of the government, which Biden does not have, even then Obama did not have the political clout to even pass the ACA in his first, couple of years. Like, so if he couldn't even do that, and the ACA is super popular now, what's left of it anyway. And if he couldn't even do that with all three branches of the government and basically a blank check from the American people, what the fuck can Joe Biden do now that Republicans are like way more powerful? I don't know. I guess relatively to how they were during the Obama years, like they're much more influential.
Yeah,
certainly because of Trump.
Seem to like bend the knee to Republicans because they Democrats have to seem more centrist. To get the centrist vote. So it's basically like, a Republican light, but there's some progressives, who are Democrats, but we were seeing the Democrats, they're even blaming progressives for the losses they've had in November, which is very weird because all the progressive won their races.
Right, yeah. Why would it be that like why would AOC and what's her face? I can't remember her name right now, but the other person who we like as well. Yes, Ilhan Omar. Like, why would they win their races when they're openly socialist or, at least left wing? I mean, AOC I would say is socialist, and Ilhan I would also say socialist, but some people might disagree. And it doesn't matter though. They're openly something other than liberal, and they won their races. So it doesn't make sense for you to say like, I mean, of course they're just bullshitting, but it triggers me when people say that.
Yeah, and like even then too, like when like a Democrat gets called a socialist or gets called a progressive, this is like a bad word to them. They're like, no, I'm not. Socialist, no, no, progressive, no, leftist, that's not me.
No, I would rather not attach that label to myself.
It's like. And, like, why not, like, defend it? These things aren't bad.
Yeah.
Like, they're not fucking bad at all. Like,
right, but, we've discussed the idea.
Fucking Marxist, fucking communist up in the Congress. Explain, like,
Marxist
why these
Bidenist.
things are good. Explain why we, like, they have to tell you why people shouldn't have equal access to education and healthcare. Like, they should tell you why that shouldn't be fucking happening.
Exactly.
Not why people deserve it.
Go off, King. Right? Exactly. Yeah, David's 100% right. Fuck Democrats. But let's talk about a little bit of what Joe's policy. So, like, all this stuff, I want to point out that, like, a lot of it is just things that he sort of, like, kind of agrees with, okay? Like, he doesn't actually, like, because like for example, the minimum wage and like the student debt forgiveness, like we've already talked about the minimum wage. It's true that he wants to raise it to $15 an hour, but like we've talked about, even with Bernie's plan, that's not enough, first of all. But then also it's the $1 a year type shit. And like it's not enough for people, because by the time that it's $15, it already needs to be $25. And even now, before it's $15, it already needs to be $20. So like, that's never gonna be fucking good. We got the college. He believes that 2 years of college should be free. What do you think about this, David?
I mean, 2 years of college is pretty good, but it's always these half measures.
Yeah.
It's always just like we'll give you a little bit of sun, a little sun to nibble on. Like, why not give us
Right.
the whole thing? I'm ready for it, Daddy. Give it to me all. I want it all.
I want it all. Yeah, I think the education thing is the best example of the neoliberalness of it, because like rather than Bernie's bold plan of canceling student debt and relieving the American people from one of the biggest debt bubbles
Like,
in
how crazy
human
would that be?
history.
And we could just do that. We can just say,
Yeah.
you know what?
Right?
No.
And there's
No debt.
nothing.
And
Yeah,
like,
and like
that will literally uplift so many Americans, I feel like.
yeah.
Like,
And no economist worth his fucking salt is gonna tell you like, oh, that matters. It's all fucking funny money. It's all imaginary
it's
bullshit that is
fucking
made up.
numbers on a fucking
It's just
computer
numbers
screen.
in a spreadsheet
Literally,
somewhere in fucking
and
DC.
we could literally just say no, and it
Yeah,
would
just
disappear.
light that shit on
And it
fire
would
if you
just
want to.
disappear. But of course, we have those goddamn lobbyists fucking up our nation, bro. We gotta stop those people.
Yeah, and people like Joe Biden acquiescing to them, like saying like, oh yeah, even though having a university degree is like one of the best stepping stones to success that any low income person can ever have, I'm not going to give them that. I'm going to give them a 2-year degree that they can use to get a manual labor job instead, and just perpetuate their fucking income inequality and just everything. I mean, it's just a great example. He wants to boost teacher pay, which is good, but it's also not enough. And he has someone like he mentions Amy Klobuchar's fucking like program to match federal workers' salaries, like teachers, which basically is a thing where like the state doesn't have to really pay them that much, and then the government will match it. So again, it's like a thing where they're allowing the states to fuck teachers in the ass and being like, rather than make it illegal for you to do this, instead I'm going to be like, okay, it's fine for you to do that, and then I'm also going to pay them the other half that you're not paying them out of taxpayer money, which is like fucking heinous. And it's just, I don't know, it's not enough. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know.
Education's very important. Like, you don't wanna have a fucking society full of dumb people, right? Like,
Yeah.
And the reason why like our education seems so bad, it's because it fucking is. Like, these teachers don't get paid enough. Like, imagine being a restaurant, fast food worker, right? And it's like an incredibly slow day. Like, you're going to get paid the same amount for that slow day, but when it's a fucking busy-ass day and, it's really hard and it fucking sucks and you don't want to be there, you're still getting paid the same. It's not like your wage is going up.
Yep.
And imagine
but your owner is making
difficult day every fucking day, 5 days a week, and it's like that, fucking 7 different classes, having to do, like, work during your fucking, like, lunch periods to fucking eat. And, it's kids. You're a fucking, you're a fucking daycare sitter. You're a babysitter as well.
Fucking ridiculous.
That's stressful,
man.
and it gets those teachers. They already
and
don't get paid enough, and they're worrying about their student loans and not being able to pay it back.
And I'm a little bit biased because my mom's a teacher, but like anyone whose parents are teachers, anyone who knows a teacher, like kind of knows, because the type of person that becomes a teacher too is usually like the most selfless kind of person. I mean, you have to be to work with fucking children. Yeah. Like anyone who works with kids is already a saint in my opinion, because fuck kids. But like my mom grew up, working as a teacher, like even with special ed children, which is like particularly difficult to do, because you need special training on how to like help people with special needs to like grow up and learn life skills, right? So my mom's like a badass that can do that, and even then she makes like $30K a year at first, and I think now she gets paid quite a bit, luckily. But like after over a decade of grinding at like shitty government jobs, like finally she's making a little bit of money for herself. It's so fucking disappointing, man.
Do what to kids?
Yeah. Do what to kids? Oh man.
Yeah, but
Let's talk
fucking
about
teachers don't care.
gun control. Joe Biden wants to support a voluntary buyback program. He's in favor of universal background checks, in favor of a national firearm registry. Anything big to say there? I don't necessarily have a problem with any of this stuff. So
Gun control's good. I think regulation's good.
yeah,
But I still think you should arm yourself for sure.
yeah. I think
100%.
that like, and maybe in a different universe, I would be saying like, oh, we can't let Joe Biden take our guns. But I'm not like worried about that at all. I'm not worried about Joe Biden like taking our guns in a time when we
I'm sure
need
Joe
them.
Biden, owns his own
Yeah.
armory.
Yeah. The Democrats very much are in the same wing on that. Very much in that, traditional view of guns
Yo,
and
we
stuff.
got Epoch Philosophy in the chat. What's up?
Epoch, what's up, my man? We're just talking about Joe's agenda. I wanted to talk abortion too, David.
Mm.
So you would think, oh, the liberal line on abortion is that it's okay. Well, it's not ideal, but it's like something that needs to be allowed, right? Biden agrees, but he's okay with some limitations. And he, like, in the past has voted against, or, he's expressed his, going against that, against abortion rights for all women. Sorry, I'm trying to draw this out so you can fix your mic if you're having problems.
No, you're good. I mean, I'm trying to get a little louder, but
yeah.
I mean, who knows? Is it good?
Here, I'll try to turn myself down by moving away. Anyway, but I just wanted to say, like, under Biden, do you think that there's a reality where abortion rights get expanded, or do you think that there's a reality where abortion rights get drawn back significantly? Because now that Trump has done a lot of damage to the judicial branch of the government, right? I'm concerned about his ability, not him now, but like his cronies that he's put into place, their ability to make changes when it comes to legislation like that. It's specifically abortion. We could think about other things too, like, drugs, legalizing drugs. I don't know, maybe something like that. But what are your thoughts on that? Do you think that abortion is in any serious danger under a Biden presidency or not?
No, I don't think there's any danger. But there's also, they've been talking about expanding the court as well. So it's a very Republican-sided court we have right now. So there's been talks about expanding the court. I don't think Joe Biden said anything about this. I think he wanted to talk more about it if he gets elected or not, or some bullshit like that. But,
yeah, I think it's going to end up
expansion of the court.
Yeah, and I know AOC is like the progressive wing of the Democratic Party that's trying to push this. I feel that a lot of, like, in the months to come, we're going to see a lot of Democrats that are coming out and, they're not going to like that. I think a lot of, like, traditional Democrats, they don't like the idea of doing that. I mean, it's very...
Expanding the court?
Yeah, because it sets a precedent. We talked about this a little bit last week, but, like, the idea that every time a new president gets elected, they just add 2 people to the court, right? And, like, it's like, because Democrats are so obsessed with process and stuff, I feel like a lot of them are actually going to have a problem with this. And people like AOC, we talked about earlier how she's getting a ton of pushback for winning her race and not doing anything wrong. She's still getting blamed for, like, the House seats that they lost, which is ridiculous. So I think that, like, if AOC pushes this expand the court thing, a lot of the centrist Democrats are going to say, like, oh, you're losing us votes or whatever, for better or for worse, so I wonder how the efficacy of pushing that. Maybe Biden understands that, and that's why he's not really, pushing that too hard. I think we can end the policy talk with one final thing. I want to talk about healthcare, David. Biden's healthcare plan.
Yes.
So over the past months, we've heard different things. Medicare for all, Obamacare, the Affordable Health Care Act. What do all these words mean, Caleb? What can we learn from, our experiences under Obama, and what can we hope to gain under Biden? And I got to say, David, I am not, that fucking excited to see. Yeah. I'm having a hard time finding words.
Yeah, of course, as always, it's, another mediocre plan. It doesn't go all the way. It's, it's a half measure. It's what he wants to do. He wants to essentially make shittier healthcare. Basically.
Right. The public option thing is, like, it's so dumb because anyone, like, I happen to be in healthcare economics class right now,
Mm.
which is just the economics of healthcare, right? But you don't need to be in that fucking class to understand like the drawback, like the utter idiocy of trying to acquiesce to these insurance
Mm.
companies. You know,
Yeah.
when it comes to people like Biden, they're saying like, "Oh, we can't make these sweeping changes." You know, it's because they're, I don't know what to say. Like, they have a vested interest in maintaining these hierarchies. It's so annoying to me. You know, someone like Bernie came up and one of the most historically popular things in the Democratic Party, like universal healthcare, even among Republicans, they loved that shit. It was polling positively among almost every demographic. Like, basically, the right-wing grifter demographic is the only demographic that doesn't want healthcare. So, you know, it sucks for me to see Biden not go to bat for it. It's one of the biggest missed opportunities that the Democratic Party, I think, has ever had. Like, I think it rivals even the New Deal. Like, if the Democratic Party were to pass something like Medicare for all, like the downward effect of that would be amazing, unbelievable, uncomparable.
Hey, no.
Epoch Philosophy says, I was pretty optimistic about Biden if we took the Senate and gained seats in the House. I'm really worried, to be honest. Biden won't push to pack the courts, and AOC is getting blamed, etc. Exactly, man. I think that, like, we've been talking about this for weeks, and I feel like an old fucking man saying it again, like yelling at my fucking
Yelling at the
grandchildren
sky.
not to do something,
Yeah.
you know? And like, because the presidency is important, but losing those House seats and not gaining the Senate means that Biden is neutered to do anything, even as a neoliberal shitty president. He's even not going to be able to do that, and he's going to feel that pushback. And what's he going to think? He's going to think, oh, if only Bernie hadn't pushed the Democratic Party so far left with his progressive pie in the sky malarkey, maybe they would still be voting for good guys like
He's
me.
like, fuck
you know
it,
what I
I'm
mean?
a Republican.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's like, fuck it, we're gonna start doing racist busing again. We're going back to the 90s.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that, like, any hope that we had of good liberal legislation, is, you know, oxymoronic as that may be, I think a lot of those wishes go away with Biden not gaining enough control.
But you know, Senate control is still yet to be determined, with 2 runoff races in Georgia, and as we know, Georgia did flip blue, which was very surprising to see.
Yeah. How wild of a timeline do we live in where Georgia flips, and we're crossing our fingers for the Senate race to fucking go in our favor in Georgia for Biden? How have we gotten here? I have no idea.
I don't know. The fucking weirdest timeline for sure.
I didn't really look closely enough beforehand at the Georgia election. I only really looked into it like while it was happening, because I was so surprised at how well it was going for Biden. You know, when Trump was winning by a very handy margin, only to have all of the mail-in voting, like 95% of it or whatever, go to Biden. Like, that was a big surprise to me. It probably shouldn't
you're like,
have been,
what are the ballot, 50-50 the ballots are so he's gonna need like all of them, and
there
you go, he gets all of them. And you know, then Trump supporters are like, huh? How did Biden get 95% of the
I can almost
vote?
Empathize with that. Is that crazy? Like, am I the only one here? I can almost understand that.
But what they fail to realize is that for the last 4 years, Trump has been telling his supporters to not fucking use the ballots. They're like, ballots, they're fraudulent. You know, they're never going to fucking work. You know, I sound like fucking Alex Jones here. But, like, you know, he's been telling his supporters not to fucking use the ballots. And are you really surprised that, you know, most of the ballots are going to be for Biden?
He should have gone one step further. He should have been like, mail-in voting doesn't work. Go burn down a post office.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he had to do something more. It wasn't enough just to say it didn't work, because of course all the Democrats don't care. They don't look at his Twitter anyway. They get all their news. They get all their news from fucking CNN. They don't give a shit. So it's like, who cares? Just burn down a fucking post office and you're good.
Yeah.
That's the the Trump victory campaign that they should have hired me, man. I'll grift. For the right price, I will fucking grift. I swear to God, I will glass straight. Everyone has a price. Every man has a price.
True. That's money.
Mine's pretty high. Yeah.
That's fucking money. Yeah, but
sort of right-wing OnlyFans.
I think this has like been the Joe Biden fucking review, but also within that review, apparently, you know, we may look at a 4 to 6 week lockdown with stimulus in a Joe Biden presidency.
Yeah, I think coronavirus under Joe is a great thing to bring up. I think it's an interesting topic because like I almost have a little bit of empathy for him because of the fact that, like, you know, much like Obama didn't choose to become president during the Great Recession, I think too Biden's not like choosing to become president during this. I think it's a very big like problem to deal with, and I don't envy him, you know, having to deal with that.
Yeah, I mean,
I
Trump
do
has
think that
been
he'll
doing
do better
nothing.
than Trump though.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Trump's done nothing. He left it up to the states to, you know, deal with it. And as you know, all states don't think alike, so the restrictions vary from state to state.
I think like the most tangible thing that we have to gain from a Biden presidency in the short term is like a stimulus for coronavirus.
A stimulus
and
of, you know,
I think that's
lockdown,
worth
a
it,
mask
honestly.
mandate, and like right now we're in the third largest wave of corona. It seems like every wave is just the numbers are doubling.
Breaking records again every single day, 100,000 cases a day across the
9/11
country.
every day.
Yeah, 1,167 deaths a couple days ago I saw. You know, it's just getting worse actually. And I saw today that who was it? Fauci saying that, you know, it could be like June or July by next year, by the time like when we start to transition back to normal. So, but even then, I don't imagine that is going to be long enough. Because how? Where's like the functional way that this comes to an end? You know what I mean?
I mean, just like you know, like big
enough
regulation,
immunity,
mask mandates, the lockdown, a 4 to 6 week like actual fucking lockdown. You know, none of the fucking like, you know, you can't leave the house after 10 p.m. type bullshit. Like some actual fucking
like
lockdown.
a curfew.
Like yeah, like, and you know, real restrictions. You know, fucking like some actual good restrictions in these places that people gather. Fucking, and you know, fucking if people don't want to follow that shit, you know, fucking hey, do what you need to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And dude, that actually reminds me too. I saw this really annoying comment on Reddit. Like, why do we feel the need to, like, someone was making the comment that they were frustrated. Like, I can't believe that we have to convince people to wear masks. And someone else made a comment like, oh, it's human nature. That's why. Like, oh, it's human psychology. Like, people don't like to be told what to do. I'm like, that's not the case. Like, this is an American illness that we have. This is like a brain rot that Americans have. This is not something that everyone feels. Like, this, your compulsion to kill your family when you get corona, like, that's an American thing. Normal functioning humans with not wet brain, like, they think to themselves like, oh, I value the relationships in my life. I don't want to kill the people I love. I'm going to like take the necessary precautions because it's a minor inconvenience in my life. But then you look at Americans and they do quite the opposite. I think that it's almost like a human psychology case study in neoliberalism or individualism, but like, you know, it's a product of capitalism, right? This very individualistic way to live, I think. Yeah. It's killing us, literally.
Yeah, and people, like, you know, since the information is, like, you know, very fucking serious, there's no, like, head of, you know, that's, like, one talking person saying this information. So it's really hard for people to understand what to do. And you see that, you know, even people, like, who do wear masks, they wear that shit as fucking chin diapers, bro. Like, they don't they don't wear it properly, you know. They got, like, the mask and, like, their nose is fucking right there, fucking sucking in all the coronavirus that gets on their mask.
I hate that.
Like,
oh my god,
like,
I hate that. I went to my favorite vape shop the other day,
Mm.
and the guy was wearing his mask like that, and I was like,
it's like, bro, it's like, can you really not fucking breathe?
Fucking dog hair in my mouth.
Like, are you like struggling to breathe that much? Like,
yeah. God, remember when like we were first talking about it, people were like, I can't get enough oxygen, I can't breathe.
It's like
I have a condition.
When you sneeze on a mask and they fucking do like a fire hydrant through it.
Yeah. I have COPD. I can't breathe through my mask. It's so sad. Like, God, man, people, and they had like that was back before the cases were blowing
conditions. Up. Like, oh, you have a breathing. What are you doing outside? First of all.
Yeah,
you know?
that's the most absurd part of that, and I don't even think I said it at the time because I didn't even realize like the hypocrisy, not hypocrisy, but the idiocy of it. Like, oh, I have a breathing condition, I can't wear a mask. You're gonna fucking die if you get corona, you dumb shit. Like, you're actually dead on impact.
Like, if you get put on a ventilator, you might as well. It's GG. Your lungs failed on you. Like,
Yeah,
it's
just
over.
literally just peace out, bro. Like that's crazy. Like my
Yeah, we're all
uncle
disappear.
he almost fucking died from this shit, dude. It's scary. Like my
Yeah.
uncle has asthma. That's all. I mean, like he's a little overweight probably,
Mm.
but like beyond that, beyond asthma and overweightness,
That's
those are his
GG.
only two pre-existing conditions, and he was like on death's fucking doorstep for a week.
Jesus.
And he's a young guy. He's like 30
Did he get
something.
on
He's
a
not even
ventilator?
old. Yes, they had to ventilate
Oh
him.
my
He was
God.
he was in a medically induced coma for like a couple days because he was so fucked up.
Oh my
Like
God.
from this
Imagine going to sleep
or
for
like
like days.
the equivalent. Yeah, like he was like out of commission for days. Fucking wild, you know?
Oh my God. You just
And-
wake up and it's like a week later. And you're
Yeah.
not dead.
Oh my God, dude! Imagine like getting
You're like,
getting corona and waking
awake?
up and World of
I'm not
Warcraft
dead.
Shadowlands is out,
That would be
or
crazy.
Cyberpunk 2077. By the way,
Damn,
video game.
Maybe put me in it and it do
any
still
gamers
not.
out there? Any gamers in chat?
PS5ers? Anyone got one?
Oh, that's true. PS5 came out. Did you
Oh.
get one, David?
No, but I wanna.
I'm
stop
fucking
recording.
poor, man.
No, I haven't gotten a PS5, but I did try. So like 3 days ago we were supposed to do the podcast.
Oh yeah.
But that day, my internet went out, and like at 2:40 something, and like Walmart was gonna have a restocking of their PS5s, and my fucking internet goes out for the rest of the fucking day, so that's why we couldn't do the podcast, and I didn't
Yeah.
get my fucking hands on a PS5.
The
I'm
forces
trying to-
of
I'm trying to
Mother
play
Nature.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, the forces of Mother Nature literally
Mm.
came together to stop David, to conspire against David.
Yeah,
from
they're
buying
like,
the PlayStation.
Send in the storm.
Yeah.
Send
Send in the tropical storm.
Literally, like,
Yeah.
cut his internet, like type shit. Like,
Yeah.
it was weird because I had power, but I had no fucking internet. Like, if there's a light drizzle, like, that's it. My power's gone for a month. Like,
Yeah.
in Florida, it's fucking crazy. Like, I
Yeah, we have a-
disconnect all the time, like, when it's fucking raining.
We have a ritual in our household when it's raining. We always plug in our phones. We like literally it'll start raining and we'll both be
Yeah,
like,
really?
cause it's gonna fucking go out eventually and we're gonna have nothing to do but look at our phones, cause we're
Wow.
brain dead millennials and we can't just sit and like enjoy each other's company anymore because our
Mhm.
brains are damaged. So we need something to look at. So we always charge our phones.
Mm.
Man, fuck being in poor, shitty areas that can't have good infrastructure, that just all the fucking utilities go out. God, I hate being poor, man. I can't wait to take over.
not lying.
I can't wait to have capital so that I can just turn on you, and just completely just be gone with all this leftist shit and just do what I was really meant to do, which is own money
Own capital, own land,
and collect rent payments from people.
and commit war crime.
Yeah, exactly. And
Shit.
eat hot chip. Michael says I game a bit, pretty casual though in GL. Wi-Fi's been pretty shitty here too recently.
Gamer.
Yeah, I'm a very casual. I used to be hardcore as hell. David
We used to
would
be
say
both
that.
pro and,
Yeah.
CS:GO
I was gonna say we're both like ex-professional CS players.
Mm.
We were pretty big in the game. You should look us up. We got frag movies and everything
Yeah.
out there. But these days I have carpal tunnel and I'm like an old man. I got a family and like
Yeah.
kids and shit, so I can't really game
As
anymore.
I got 7 jobs. Lunch break's actually about
Yeah.
to be over. Looking at the time.
Yeah, our Soros bucks are running dry,
Yeah,
so make
dude,
sure to
we
hit us
haven't
up
got
on
a fucking
Patreon.
Soros paycheck. God, when's the last time you got yours, man? Like, shit,
It's been
my
months, dude.
mailbox
I'm
has
waiting.
been
I
empty.
yeah, I'm about to activate my sleeper cell
Yeah,
agenda.
bro.
So
Like, I gotta do one last job for Mr. Soros.
yeah,
Fucking
he made sure that my family would be taken care of, so it's okay.
yeah. But yeah,
George
the
is like,
PS5,
yeah,
baby.
I'll
the
take
PS5.
care of your family. Yeah, of course
maybe,
I will.
Maybe instead of getting a paycheck, I can just ask for PS5.
They probably would do that too.
Yeah.
Dude, imagine the liberal fucking shilling that would happen if McDonald's came out and they're like, guys, okay, so this month we're gonna give you an option. We made a deal with Sony.
Get
We got a
money,
bunch of free
get paid
consoles.
or get a free console.
Right. They give them the option. They're like, you can get a console, and like they do the math where like it seems like it's a good deal, but in reality, like McDonald's is buying the consoles for like $20, and then they're making their employees do like 1,000 hours of work to
Yeah.
get the console, and they have to forfeit all their pay. That would be sick.
That'd be
I
sick.
want to do that. I want to be like
Well,
a
at least you get
like
to
you know
play PS5
Saw.
on your break.
Yeah, exactly. Saw, right? The movie.
Yes, we
I want to
recently
be like,
canceled.
how he sits around all day, like he has he's like, oh, I have cancer, and
I
he
have
comes up
wing
with like all these
cancer.
like trap ideas and stuff,
Mm.
and just sits around. I want to do that, but for like
The
things to
capitals.
torture poor people with.
Oh,
You know,
more
like
people.
just sit around like
Yeah.
smoking a cigar, drinking some whiskey, and just being like, oh, you know, how can we make poor people's lives worse? And then I get paid a ton of money to do it. That can be
Wow.
my grift. Yeah.
That'll be pog
go.
you, bro.
Cheers, man.
Cheers to that one.
Yep.
But yeah, PS5, baby.
PS5.
But in another international news, we're fucking leaving in a nation. We're sailing across the great old pond, bro, and we're straight into fucking Russia. As you know, we have a department of our own down in DC that just listens to the the podcast because DC is our most listened to area. Of course, they gotta
Freakishly.
listen. They gotta listen to what the fuck we're saying. We're fucking George.
It's the fucking
Soros
DHS.
agents.
It's literally the Department of Homeland Security listening
Yeah,
to this podcast right now.
Now that I've activated the keyword Russia, now they're fucking listening. They're listening. they fucking turned up the volume. They're like, "What was that?"
Yeah.
And so
Yeah,
but
some guy's
basically-
eating a fucking sandwich.
Yeah, and he's like, "Whoa, whoa, I got something." Yeah, but Vladimir Putin, another keyword, fucking
Vladimir Putin.
he is might step down soon.
Oh yeah, this is where you're going with that. I was
Yeah.
thinking what happened in Russia. Big fucking news, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what was the
Big,
thing he
huge,
was
big,
rumored
big.
to have, by the way?
Parkinson's disease,
Yeah.
allegedly. But
Yeah, that's a
not
rough
confirmed.
disease too. Like if he wasn't
Yeah.
a piece of shit, I would probably feel bad
But
for him, you know?
in Russia, like Putin's like one of those things where like he's a man of the country. He's like a strong man. He's a strong man leader.
Yeah.
And so who knows what the implications are with Putin stepping down? Will Russia
'cause
fucking just
he-
collapse?
No, because he's been grooming that guy like Nordotsky or whatever the fuck, the guy that begins with N. I'm not a fucking Russian. I don't keep up with this shit, but like he was grooming that guy to replace him, and I guess this is why. Because I think we even
I
talked
feel like
about
we're
this
in
on
a
the
new
podcast.
season of the Earth. Season 2.
Yeah, it's like
Right?
season 2. This is like post Kevin Spacey
Yeah,
after he fucked
yeah.
that child or whatever. And they're like,
Mhm.
fuck, we want to keep going with the season, but we need a new actor, so they just pick someone else.
Mm.
But yeah, I think we talked even on the podcast about him like grooming this guy, and I think at the time I was saying like, oh, this is probably a like a dynasty type thing, like he's getting kind of old, like he wants to set up his legacy or whatever.
Yeah.
I never expected him to actually like retire so soon, but I guess if the disease is bad enough, he'll fucking have
He
to
just
retire.
probably wants to
eventually.
like spend his
His
last
last
years,
years, yeah.
in like Eastern Russia in a nice little cabin, smoking a fatty cigar, watching Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah, that's the thing I hate most about the most heinous people in history is they usually get like their retirement arc. Every
Yeah.
fucking war criminal and shitty person, like they always turn like 75 and they're
They hit
like,
the
all right,
golf
I'm gonna
range.
retire, and then
Yeah.
they live the rest of their life out on the ranch and they just get to have a good life like no one that they ever
Yep, and then they die in
had
their sleep,
control over did. Yeah, they die peacefully in their sleep, and they're on like a bunch of fucking experimental drugs too, so they're feeling great. They're literally
Feeling
transcending
great
fucking
about-
dimensions.
They're literally heading to the DMT dimension and
Yeah.
talking to the next beings of the fourth dimension.
Yeah, I hate that people who cause so much pain for everyone else get to live so comfortably.
Yeah.
It's like one of the things that burns my fucking brain.
Yeah, I mean, that's how fucking, we aren't on Earth, bro. We're in hell. This is it.
Yeah, this is it.
is
This
it.
is hell. If you think if we were in hell,
Mm.
right? Like if hell were the way that it works in the, I don't know if it works like this in the Bible, but like canonically, right? In Christian, the idea that like if you sin, you go to hell, right? Wouldn't they have to tell you that you're in hell? Because otherwise,
Why
you
would they
wouldn't
have
know.
to tell you?
Well, because like if you
That's
sin,
why people
like
are
let's say I'm
what if
gluttonous,
Earth
right?
is heaven? Like what if heaven is
Yeah.
on Earth? It's like, bro,
if
if you think
heaven-
this is
if-
fucking heaven.
Oh my god! If
you're a rich
Earth is
guy,
heaven,
yeah.
then this shit sucks dick.
Yeah. So clearly
Yeah,
we're
maybe
on
heaven
hell.
and hell. Yeah,
Right?
exactly, right?
It's
Because there's no
obvious we're
way
hell.
it's heaven, so it's
Yeah.
either hell or it's life, right? But let's say it is hell. Like
Mhm.
if you sin, like let's say you're gluttonous in life,
Yeah.
but in death you need punishment for being gluttonous, and let's say that right now I'm being punished for being gluttonous. Like
Mhm.
they would have to tell me that I was gluttonous in life, otherwise that I wouldn't know I'm getting punished in the first place. I
If
would
this
just
is
think I'm
hell, you have
unlucky.
to tell me, bro.
Yeah, like
Oh,
yeah,
fuck.
God, I know you can hear me, God. I need you to tell
Yo,
me.
is this hell? Yo, for real, have I already failed? Like, listen.
Yeah, it's
That
like,
would suck.
I was never mind. I'm not gonna spoil it. Never mind. I was gonna make a big spoiler for a show that's pretty popular.
Talking
but
about
I won't.
Lucifer?
No, that other one about heaven and
Well,
hell.
and like Lucifer in that show,
Good
like the
place.
people who get sent to hell, like they don't tell them. They just like relive like what happened to them like over and over again. But like
Oh,
they can
really?
leave whenever they want.
I
Yeah,
guess
they
that's
just have
one way to
they
do it. Like
realize.
make them do it themselves too. You know, like you put them
Mm.
in a situation where they're like, oh, they have to like come to the conclusion on their own.
Yeah.
Like I was such a shitty person in life. I can't believe I mistreated all my friends. And then they're like, they have a revelation. Pardon the pun.
Mm.
And and you know
They're
that would
like,
be
I
good.
can just leave.
Yeah. I would like to cosplay as a sexy version of the devil.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I could pull it off.
Hey,
You know?
Patreon goal. Let's
Yeah.
get Caleb a maid outfit.
Yes,
Kitten
actually,
maid
that would be
outfit.
cool.
That's like a trend on TikTok
I will
right
post hog. I will literally post hog. Like if
now. Yeah.
if enough people subscribe to the Patreon, I will post my dick. Like only if
Like,
you want me to. Obviously, I'm not just gonna
That's
do
a
it for
trend
no
on
reason.
TikTok now, right now. Not posting your dick, but like wearing a kitten made outfit. Like
Oh really?
as a guy, yeah. Or
That's
I
fucking
guess
funny.
girl too. I think that's trending for both genders right now.
It's a good world we live in.
Yeah, crazy.
I think we're drawing to a close. You
No,
want to
no,
do one
no,
more
this
topic maybe and end it?
Something else here.
Yep.
Wait, is there something else here? I guess I guess we're just fucking ending. I didn't realize how like all the topics.
I
were
think
just
the last topic was actually our last topic, and we forgot to do the.
I don't know. Wait, there was another thing. Okay, like
to
we
flow
have two,
into it.
we have like two more.
Oh, okay.
So,
All right, lead.
So there was a Texan politician who is offering $1 million for proof of voter fraud, and he's pushing baseless claims. Bro, listen, anyone who's listening to the podcast right now, if you want to make a cool $1 million, just lie to
vote
this.
twice.
Just lie to this Texas dude.
I was under the impression that he was like trying to own the conservatives and be like, "Oh, if you can prove that there was voter fraud, I'll give you $1 million." That's how sure I am that it's not voter fraud.
Well,
I thought that that's what it was.
I thought. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the article goes into the high price, but I thought he's offering such a high price to like really make an incentive to someone
to make a point. Yeah.
Like someone to come out and like come on, bro, it's $1 million. I know your dead grandma voted. I know to be true.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, and that viral clip too of that older lady being like, yeah, I know voter fraud's a problem, and then the guy's like, oh, have you ever voted illegally? And she's like, yep, I voted illegally in 2016. I'm on probation for it right now. I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck?
Funny.
This is a television show.
They found a random ass person, and it was like,
yeah,
I committed voter fraud last year.
She was on probation for voting illegally, and she doesn't understand the irony of her saying like, oh, people vote illegally and get away with it all the time. She voted illegally and did not get away with it. These people's brains just don't work correctly. The pattern recognition is off, man.
It's so funny. Yeah, and like with these voting dead person, all these things, they've been like debunked. Like
they've been never shown to be substantially real. Yeah, like voter fraud is like a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of 1% of voting.
Literally doesn't matter. It's like 6 votes.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
What's funny is too is like in all these battleground states, Trump was trying to push for these flimsy lawsuits, but these lawsuits, even if like let's say fucking he gets the dub in these lawsuits, it's not enough to make up the margin. Like these, it's pointless. It's
he'd have to
and it's like 6
flip
votes.
Several states. Yeah, right. Like not only is David right about the fact that it won't matter, but even if it did matter in one state, he would have to flip like 3 or 4 states to win the presidency. And that's not going to happen. I mean, he lost Georgia, and Pennsylvania after taking like 80% of the early voting not early voting, but like the in-person voting.
Yeah.
He lost on mail-in alone in that state.
Yeah.
Like 95% people voting for Biden. There's just no way that he can win. And that's what I was talking about before the election is like the big scare would be if Biden and Trump were like it was one state and it was a battleground state and it was like 50-50 exactly, and someone won by like 1,000 votes or less.
Yeah, like
that would have
George
been
W.
a scary situation. Right, exactly.
George Bush was leading. by like what 500 votes or some shit like that.
Yeah, like a ridiculously low amount, and that would have been scary. And we talked about this on the podcast too. But now that Biden is like
A comfortable
convincingly
lead.
winning, like there's just no way for Trump to cheat. He needs support, and he doesn't have it.
Yep.
So like he's gonzo, man.
He's
And
done.
you know, even just today though, he was tweeting that he was like, "We didn't lose this election. We didn't lose." But then he gave a press conference about Corona, and he seemed pretty
And he was
in
like,
the gutter, dude. He was very sad. He was like, yeah.
You know, his
He had
hair
his
is
held-
turning white.
His head held like this.
So
Yeah.
anyway, the coronavirus, the China virus, we'll be
Poor guy,
delivering the
man.
China virus vaccine shortly. You know, those
Yeah.
good people at Pfizer, was it Pfizer?
Pfizer.
Pfizer.
Yeah.
Making that good old virus.
German company who's
Yeah.
not giving us it for free, by the way, because we didn't. Or wait, is it German or something else?
Yeah,
But
it's
anyway.
Germany. Yeah.
Yeah, and they won't give it to us for free because we didn't assist making the drug.
Like at all.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
like Donald Trump's trying to take the dub for that shit too.
Yep.
Like what a legendary accomplishment, like making a genuine cure.
Right? Actually, though, I saw the picture of the two doctors. I often think about like so many things I take for granted in medicine, who I don't even know who did it. Like imagine like who landed on the moon first, right? Like Buzz Aldrin, you know, the other guy, and Michael Collins. I can't believe I forgot the other guy's name, but anyway, yeah, like
It's a legendary
like those people landed on the moon. Yeah, it like but then you think about like, oh, who made insulin? It's like, how many lives has that saved? I don't even know the fucking guy's name, dude.
Yeah.
He's nobody to me. I don't give a shit.
True, not cool enough. Is what Caleb probably would have said.
So as we draw to a close, what's the lesson here, David? If you're gonna do something cool that people give a shit about.
Yeah, if you're gonna make something,
You know?
make it cool at least, or we're gonna
Yeah.
forget you in the hundreds, in the centuries coming. But
Yeah.
no, other than that, maybe show this botched art restoration and close off with that. It's a funny ass fucking
Yeah.
picture.
Yeah, so we're gonna close with this art shit. You know, you guys may remember, right? There was this woman who restored a painting. It was a painting of Jesus Christ, and the way that she restored it looked like shit. Okay, all right, you guys remember that? That was a long time ago. But we're not going back to that. This is new. Spain releasing a shitty botched art. You can see here on the stream now. What is wrong with this shit? Like,
Yeah.
I want to know who they hire to do this. And I wonder if it's a style, because I have heard like sometimes they'll restore things and they're like, "Oh, we want to make it obvious where the original work ends and the new work begins. So we're going to like not necessarily blend in. We're going to make it obvious." That can't be it, right? That cannot be it. There's no
I mean,
way
it looks
that...
like what they did is like they shaved the face a little bit, and
Yeah.
then like you
Yeah,
know,
describe what we're seeing here for audio, by the way.
Okay, so what we're looking at right now is what I'd say is like what they did is they shaved the face like of the whatever it's made out of, the stone it's made out of.
It's like a statue
And then, like-
inlaid into like a
and,
building.
Slather some like cement on it, some like some wet thing, something that's malleable. Fucking press their fucking thumbs into it where the eyes should be. Did it once to the fucking mouth, and then took some of that wet stone material that will dry up, and made a fucking ball.
Plaster.
And that's its nose. It's literally a fucking snowman.
Yeah, they literally took 2 almonds up there, and they were like, they just took their thumbs and put the almonds into the plaster as a way to make the eyes. Literally, that's it. It looks fucking
it's really
terrible.
fucking bad. And of course, if you ever want to see the video version of these podcasts, head over to youtube.com, Left in the South. That's all it takes.
Yeah, search up Left in the South, you'll be good.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know, man. All I can say is I hope Spain did not spend much money on this, or at the very least,
funny.
like I hope
think
it's
it's funny.
reversible. It's fucking
'Cause
hilarious.
It feels like it happens
Yeah.
every year. They're like
Every time!
Every year there's like a new fucked up restoration.
Can't they
with
just
the
hire
Jesus,
like a
the Jesus Christ shit? Remember like the They like what was it? Was like a fucking like smiley face.
Because like if you're not an artist, like you know if you're bad or not. You know what I mean? So like just don't try to restore like a fucking national treasure. You know what I mean? Like a piece of art from like the 1600s. It is epic though. Actually, you know what? I endorse that. All the Left in the South viewers out there, everyone, I want you to go apply to restore art and pretend like you're an artist and then just restore it and send in the results. And we'll show it on the pod.
Yes. We also have a Reddit, Left in the South. Dude, I think it would be so fucking cool if people started using the Reddit so we can do like a Reddit review. It's like, oh, let's look at what people's post in the Reddit. It's like, we'll see, all the threads like, why the fuck don't you guys post regularly, or why the fuck are you guys so not funny? And we'll look at it on the podcast, and I think that'll be fucking very, very cool to see. So
indeed, very
check
cool.
out our fucking Reddit. We also have a fucking Discord, Twitter, fucking follows, YouTube, subscribe, rate our podcast, please, and we'll be
thank you.
Gucci. I want to thank
Yes,
everyone
sir.
who came out to watch the stream. I love all you guys.
For sure.
Love
DM me
everyone.
on Twitter.
Yeah. Unfortunately, of course, you didn't get to see my brown eye because it's only for Caleb's eyes. But
Yeah.
hey,
Only on Twitter.
maybe if
DMs.
those Patreon numbers go a little up, who knows? Who knows? But as always, Caleb, it's been episode 39 of the Left in the South podcast. Fucking thank you all. Goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.